Where were we? As we come down to the straight, sorry about that, the server decided to kill everyone. Meanwhile, let's see what's going on up front. Well, we've got Paris now leading this race. I don't know how accurate that is. We'll have to wait a lap or two for everyone to get back into sync. So it is Paris leading Cliffy. These three drivers, Jess, they're on the medium, so they're to stop. Blizzard in P4, Francis in P5 then, ahead of Sterling West so far then. So where has the Ferrari gone?
I wonder, I think he's retired.
He's out. Wayne is out of the race whilst we had a small ad break there in the middle of the stream. An issue has happened as we've lost the Ferrari. Lewis has got a penalty. Yanu in P6 now. He's just overtaken Sterling West. So utter carnage going on here in Silverstone. Meanwhile, though, it is Cliffy and Leon leading this race on lap 14 of 26. And your current order, Jess, you can take it away.
Okay, so at the moment then, we've still got Paris, Cliffy and Leon still yet to hit. They're still on the medium tyres, of course, and they're going to go to around about lap 16, 17. But your net race leader is the two Mercedes of Blizzard and Francis with the Force India of Daniel in P3 and Sterling West P4. He's been on those medium tyres for 7 laps. I wonder if those could make it to the end. We'll have to wait and see. We got 8 on the circuit, 5th and net P5. Then we got Liam Lambo, Abiadon as well, and we got Foxy Dude in P12, and they're having a little battle for the last points at the moment. This could be interesting as well. Alfie's still yet to pit as well. He's on the soft tyres. He did pit quite early on to change to that, so we don't think they're going to last till the end of the race. I don't think evil, but crucially, Blizzard has the lead, but Francis, his teammate, is catching.
Yeah, my yellow flag's there somewhere in sector 3, so someone's gone off. Now I'm trying to figure out who that might have been. Might have been traffic there as Francis and Blizzard start to close up on each other right now. So either way, battle for the lead of this race. Net lead, remember, one of these top guys coming in. It's the two Mercedes now with a huge gap down to 3rd position there, right about for some 4-5 seconds already. So this could be interesting right now because Francis, he's in that 5-second window. He doesn't have a penalty. Blizzard does. Blizzard's going to be overtaken here. I think Francis might try sliver on up the inside. No, not going to do it at the beginning right now then. So they'll hold each other off. So Francis is currently stuck in P5, but it's Paris, Cliffy, Leon. Those are the top 3 get to stop. They're up 11, 18 and 12 places respectively. The other real big winner from this race is, here we go, as Blizzard lets Francis through into the lead then. So, change of lead as Francis lets, well, Blizzard lets his teammate through, Jess. Was that a little bit of kind gesture there?
Yeah, some people in the chat might be saying Blizzard might have damage, but I'm not entirely sure. Looks like he's alright though, so it may be just a friendly gesture. Maybe they're doing a Bottas moment. They did it in Hungary. Like, if you could manage to hold on to the lead quite well, then you can keep that position. And I think that's what Blizzard is doing right now. And probably he might be make sure he's warming his tyres a little bit more, and then he can push towards the end.
He's going to come back.
Make sure he doesn't die.
He's going to come back now. He's just saying that, so he's just going to stay with the leader. And he's using 0 ERS. Remember, Francis is using just 2 of it. So I think right now that Blizzard, I think he knows that he can comfortably just stay in second. He's leading the championship by a huge margin because his nearest rival 17th right now. So Blizzard, if he doesn't want to battle it too hard, he's got Yanni behind as Lickle's gone off the circuit somewhere. Then he's out of the race. Now where's that happened, I wonder?
Oh, I can't really tell at the moment. I could have gone on board with Alfie, but he's going into the pit lane right now to go to change. So I believe another set at the soft, or it could be another set at the mediums. I don't know, but I won't be surprised if it was around set 2 area, going through the Maggots and Beckett section. But not entirely sure what happened there. That's a really unfortunate end to his Grand Prix for him. So far, we lost 3 drivers, 3 potentially top drivers of this league, which is a bit of a shame right now. And it'll be interesting to see on those medium runners. The medium runners have already got a good gap between the other guys, and the pit, even though the pit looks straight, is quite long. They're probably going to come out ahead of probably Sterling and Liam as well. So in potentially Paris and Cliffy, potentially, as Paris is going into the pits right now. I do believe he's going to go on to the soft tyres as Blizzard and France is still having a little bit of a scrap. Blizzard not challenging as of yet, though, as Ian gets a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, Blizzard, I think right now, he knows, as we all do right now, he's using zero ERS mode, he's using very little amount of fuel. Neither though his front, he's not using a lot of it. Now we can see Blizzard starting to pile a bit of pressure right now, but lead two drivers with, 10 laps to go. I think they might potentially just try to take it to the end, not battle too hard right now, because the gap behind, maybe only 2 seconds, so potentially Blizzard wants to try and get past Francis, because he's going to lose. He'll drop behind Gianni if he's not too careful. So this Mercedes 1-2 could definitely be under pressure then. So we'll find out what happens. Cliffy staying on the circuit right now, so he should be coming in the pit in this or next lap time, well as Leon. They're leading this pace by about 11 seconds. They should come out probably around about 8th or 7th then, I imagine. Probably out the best 6th, so they can try and challenge back through the field. That'll be great for those two. But really just shows Cliffy right now is way ahead of Leon, so that really proves that Cliffy's got definitely a bit quicker in that Red Bull today.
Yes, he is. I have seen him do some comebacks in last season as well, the most famous one being in Italy, where he started in last place and took the win. But look at Blizzard, he's just gone past Francis quite easily there, going in the hangar straight in towards Stowe, and Blizzard pulls away and takes the lead there. So I think that was another change of the guard, I think, unless Francis made a little bit of a mistake there. As our two medium runners, Cliffy and Leon, there in the pits. Cliffy on the soft tyres, he's holed up a little bit in the pits there, but let's see where Blizzard and Francis comes out. They come out ahead of them, but what about the other guys that were still on the medium tyres? Cliffy's had a bad pit stop. He's still nowhere at the moment on my screen. I don't know if it's the same with yours. As Zenki should send the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He's trying to gain some pace, even though he's in last place at the moment. He may want some glory anyway. So Cliffy's now up into 8th place right now. So on my screen, he's gained around about 12 positions. So yes, he's doing very well, even though he got held up a little bit in the pit stop.
Meanwhile, the Williams battling away with the Alfa Romeo there. I don't know if that's a bit of a glitch on our end there, but Cliffy did come back out in P8. Leon dropped a huge amount of time. He dropped a lot more. Here comes the Alfa then, trying around the outside of the Williams. Try and get a cut back here if he can. Try around the outside then into Brooklands and Luffield. It'll be hard to go around the outside of Luffield. Try and get a cut back potentially. Fair play to Fox. He gives him a lot of space right now to try and battle. Let's see, around the outside he'll try to slip back to the slipstream there. He'll be forced to go the long way around. Well, I'll have to back off there. Won't be able to go around the outside. Runs into the back of the Williams. So those two getting a little bit too close for comfort, but nonetheless doing an absolutely fantastic job between those two drivers.
Yes, they're pretty much scrapping for the last available bit of the race. You know, this is where the grip does start to die down a little bit for these drivers as well. So every moment counts. As soon as you make the move, it's very important. As Foxy Dude is going to break past Abby, and he does. As Abby won a rider, gone past Stone, now going into Bell at the moment. As Zenki has retired.
Yeah,
his
Zenki
day has
out.
gone from worse to even to basically
nothing.
dying. So nothing.
Meanwhile, Francis has got himself a 3-second time penalty. Right now, I think Gianni might legitimately be leading this race to counting on penalties. He hasn't got any of them, far as I'm aware, as well as Sterling West. So these Mercedes, because they've been battling together a little bit, they've cut each other a huge amount of time. Don't count out Cliffy right now. Abington's dropped behind Foxy Dude there, so I think those two might have had a bit of a run-in down there. Is Foxy still battling away with Abington there? He's trying to get that position back past that, of course, lost it a few moments ago. They're trying around the outside, and he still want to get that position. We believe it's me just sitting behind them on the super hard tyres. He's been on them for, 16 laps since the beginning of this race, so he should just be able to go to the end, Jess, but I'll be very close. Here we can see that slipstream time around the outside again. Things about to let Foxy Dude holds the line, runs a bit too deep this time. Here we go, Abington then trying to make the move. They're going to try and make it 3 wide, are they? They're down into Cox and to Maggots and Beckett. Surely not. It's me has to back off there. Foxy Dude still just about holding that position there, so rather holding these guys up a little bit. Here comes the Toro Rosso now, slipstream time, and I think they're going to go 3 abreast and down the straight. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're getting a bit too close there. There's a Renault behind. They're going 3 abreast into Stowe. And I think there goes the Alfa Romeo. He gets, oh no, there's problems there. And off goes the Toro Rosso. And that there was Leon getting involved as well in the Renault. I don't think any damage was done, but it's me that got caught out there by Foxy Dude rejoining their free tie. Free into the corner. And that, unfortunately, Jess, is what can happen in these races.
Yeah, and it's very unfortunate to lose it with pretty much 6 laps to go of this Grand Prix. All your hard work has pretty much gone down the drain as Leon made his way past Abiadun, now into the points-paying position. Whilst these battlings was going on, I was able to have a look at the penalty situation, and Blizzard, Francis, Janot and Sterling West each have at least 1 penalty, so pretty much they're scrapping for the win. I haven't seen anyone that's had no penalties in the top guys at the moment, so just a quick update. Blizzard has got 1 penalty.
Sorry to cut over you, Jazz. Happy done it 1, and here comes the Williams straight back out of him then. So these two are having a great scrap for the minor positions right now. They're in P11 and 10 now, and these two are fighting like it's the World Championship. It's brilliant to see for our spectators, but they want to be careful they don't end up pressing each other off the road again, because they did that nearly once. Don't do it twice. Rule 1, don't hit anyone. Of course, Rule 2, definitely don't hit the teammate car. Of course, these aren't teammates, so they can try and battle a bit aggressively right now. Here we go. Sterling gets a penalty now then, so there they've all got penalties. Round the outside comes the Alfa Romeo. Has he got past this time around? No, he hasn't, because he's off the road, and he spins the car around as Foxy Dude contact there. A bit of side pockets almost looked like that back in the day, but I think a little bit too close. He comes in the pit lane, and those tyres are destroyed with that one. And a 5-second time penalty to add to the misery. Blizzard, France still lead this race. Yanu in P3, Sterling in P4 right now. So, still leading this race, by the way, is Francis on the count of he hasn't got as big a penalty as Blizzard.
Blizzard has got... No, actually, Blizzard and Francis have each got 1 penalty, but yeah. Blizzard is on 2 warnings right now. So if he gets 2 more warnings, then another penalty is on the card for him. So
5 seconds though, Jazz. He's got 5 seconds. That's the crucial thing. Francis has only got 3. Blizzard's got 5 seconds from spinning in the pit lane earlier on when he had contact with Wayne. He served his stop go, I think, didn't he?
He
didn't serve a short stop go, so he'll be added on to the end of the race, because I definitely don't remember him seeing it.
Oh, yeah.
Because came in when he got the penalty, so he wouldn't have added it on just then though. So Blizzard has got to open this gap by 2 seconds. And he's got to be getting on the pace a bit quickly right now. Behind them we've got Yanu and West, and you've got to wonder where's Cliffy in all of this, because he's a little bit further back. We've got Liam, Poe and Paris battling together, so they double P battling together. Then we've got Cliffy down in P8. He's going to be trying to challenge these guys and trying to make moves at the end of this race. He's got 4 laps to go, so it's all to play for right now. Lambo in P9, Leon in P10. Now it's me ahead of Foxy Dude. He's coming to the pit there then. He seems to have got damage or something that we do not know. Alfie there and Abidum out of the session there, meaning CC Brain then in P16 could technically pick up position, even though he's also technically out of this race, so I think he will be stuck there where he is right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 retirements from this race. In comes the Williams for a new nose.
Yes, and that means probably the points potential for Foxy Dude is pretty much over as he goes. I think he goes onto the soft tyres. Yes, he does, as he is pretty much going to go for fastest lap, I think, as well. So we could potentially see at the end of this race, we could see a race in a while where we haven't seen a Blizzard win. Foxy Dude is out of this race, unfortunately, so that is that definitely is a 6th, 7th retirement of this race so far. So it was looking very strong for Foxy Dude, having some midfield battles with Abby, but unfortunately that is not meant to be for him. So a poor day in the office for him, and that's kind of ruined all of his hard work.
Yeah, indeed, but that's very bad. Francis is catching the lead right now, by the way. I just noticed it whilst we've been looking at this. Francis gap 4/10 of the second right now, so he's keeping the leader honest. He's got a bit better tyres. I think Blizzard may have stayed behind his Francis a little bit too long earlier on. That's really why he's dropped all the pace. So this cannot be the best result for him. Luckily, though, for for front. He's got a bit of DRS, a bit of solution of CC brain there. He's just ahead of them as they come through the invisible car right now. Luckily for these guys, because he of course left the session, but still technically on the circuit. So let's see what these guys can do. They're 2 seconds ahead of Janu and Sterling Rest. They both have a 3-second time penalty respectively for the pair of them. Meaning behind them, the nearest car without a penalty might as well be Liam Paris or Poe. Cliffy catching these guys now. He's pulled that gap from 4 seconds out to 2.6 nearly. So starting to catch up a little bit. Meanwhile, like top 2 with the DRS, remember, Francis will have about 10-15 km/h overspeed down the straight. So it's definitely helping him just keep in touch with the leader as you're coming on to the 3 laps to go. Lambo a penalty as well, but it's all looking good for Francis right now, as he is doing a beautiful job right now. P2 just about stuck behind Blizzard, as I mentioned about starting right with a 3-second time penalty respectively, and now he's got a 6 seconds. So going slightly downhill for him, but still he should be, that might put him behind the likes of Cliffy actually in the end of this race. So potentially actually would actually, because he's 5 seconds ahead of Sterling, so it'll be very close between the pair of them. But nonetheless, Francis and Blizzard up front, lap 24 of 26 of this motor race, and they're still close together. The race has been good between these drivers. You've seen a little bit of contact, a bit of drama earlier on, but Blizzard right now, he just doesn't seem to have the outright pace. Though I say that, though, he isn't using hardly as much ERS or fuel mix, so I think he's just taking it nice and cool.
Yes, and I think due to that penalties he's got, that was why he let Francis through, but then Francis wasn't able to pull away like he was hoping. And that's why Blizzard decided that it doesn't really matter where the position goes. They're probably 1 and 2 anyway, so they're going to stay as they are. Pretty much the positions are not going to change thus far. So 2 more laps to go, pretty much, as they're both going past the Maggots and Beckett's right now. I'm just seeing what other battles we've got on the circuit so far. Liam not that far behind Paris either, going through sector 2 as well. So I wonder if he's going to gain a few positions from Paris as well. I think pretty much everybody has got penalties so far this race.
Sterling up the inside, or things back up the inside there at Janu there, so trying to get the position done. So they're not over yet, even though they're penalty. Now he's going to try back up the inside. They'll end up running into each other if they're not too careful. Fair play, don't collide there, so give each other a lot of room. And that is good. There's a bit sided on the exit for good measure, and that's off the road completely, Sunny Jeb. And that's not going to be doing your tyres any good. Francis, still 3 tenths behind the leader. I think Blizzard, you know, they're both actually not using any ERS. They're just kind of coasting right now in the penultimate lap. I think Blizzard might legitimately just let Francis pass if he's not too careful. Or Francis might suddenly just drop off the face of the earth. Who knows what could happen before the end of this race. But we're on the 25th or 26th lap with 1 to go after this one. Of course, we're all at the end, but 1 is here comes Sterling West up the inside of Yano into Brooklyn. They'll have the outside of Luffield. And let's see if we can do it this time around. Then we squeeze a little bit wide there, so no way around the outside there. Has just sit behind for the time being. Janu doing a good job right now. He's comfortably in 3rd because he hasn't got a penalty. Behind the Paris should take 4th in this race as he's catching incredibly quick. Cliffy just didn't have any pace in this race, by the way. He's stuck down there in P8, but he did make up from 20th to 8th, so that is a massive improvement, and in my opinion, driver of the day surely has to go to him.
Yes, quite a few contenders for drivers of the day already. Let us know in chat who you think has performed well in this race, as well as we've got pretty much 1 lap to go of this race once Blizzard and Francis goes through these last couple of corners. And there's pretty much some stand-up performances for some of these guys. To be honest, we've seen Blizzard and Francis and Gino and obviously fighting for the lead as well, but then when they go into the pits, Rain was in there as well, but unfortunately he had a shot which we missed in stream because obviously the technical difficulties, but we got most of this race anyway, and the Mercedes drivers are doing what people are doing in real life. The Mercedes have 1-2 so far, and we'll see the first 1-2 of Mercedes in this season. I think we will.
Yeah, indeed, first 1-2 potentially of the season coming up now. They're just coming down into Brooklands and Luffield for the last time. That is, of course, the middle of the circuit. Technically, Sterling now 9-second time pattern. He's definitely coming behind, quite a lot of drivers behind him now. So that's gone for bad to us. You don't want to get a penalty on the last lap, so he's being cautious there. There is one of the Alfa Romeos, I think, getting out of the way there. So that must be Alfie. Indeed, it is. Yeah, Alfie getting way out of the way of everyone. That little in the chat. He got wiped out there by Foxy. So that's what happened between those two. Here we come then, down towards the hangar straight. Blizzard now, he's starting to open the gap up a little bit, but it's been a little bit too late. Because, unless I'm very much mistaken, which I very much might be, that Francis should win this race unless he gets a penalty, which he runs wide for good measure. He got a lot of penalty there. Through comes Blizzard then to come to the line, and that is definitely second position then, as Francis now will definitely win this race, and does win the race, and Janu's going to finish on the podium. He'll finish in second. Sterling will finish in fourth. Paris should come a line in fourth. Poe comes across the line in fourth then, and then see Cliffy comes up to fifth in the end then, so Cliffy without penalty, so Francis wins. Janu P2, Blizzard a penalty on the penultimate corner, has completely shafted him off the front row, and we thought it could have been a Mercedes 1-2, well it's not a Mercedes 1-2.
Yeah, we jinxed ourselves there, and Blizzard probably won't be too happy with that, getting the penalty on the last corner.
What's happened to Leon there? He's died coming to the line. Luckily, he's finished the race, but that's not. He's nearly there. He crossed the line, of course, but not the start line. But you get away with that there. It's me. He's great to come to the line. He's run out of fuel, I think. Actually, is the issue right now. Has he gone off, or has he got an issue right now? Because he's going very slowly. I think he's run out of fuel. You know, it's me.
Oh, it might be. Oh no, it might. I'm just trying to see. I thought it might be a punch. Oh, it's a.
Might be a punch.
Looks like it's a left rear or some big puncher or something. Yeah, puncher running out of fuel.
Left rear and out of fuel, so not good.
Nope. So Francis takes the win. The third different race winner of the so far. Obviously, we had Blizzard, we had Yano, of course, and now we have Francis. So I did say at the beginning of the stream, can anyone stop Blizzard today? And the answer is yes, in the form of Francis' teammate. I don't think Blizzard will be too disappointed, because at least it's not any of his other rivals that are not his teammates that are on the top step. So if it was anything, it will probably have to be Francis. So yes, we're about to get the standings, I believe, Evil.
Yep, so the official rundown then. Francis wins the British Grand Prix then from Janu in P2. A fantastic job in the end there. Lucky because Blizzard got that penalty right at the end. Poe in P4 ahead of Cliffy in P5. The only driver in the top 10 without a penalty. Paris in P6 ahead of Liam in P7. Sterling West did a good job there, but could only get 8th out of it there with a 12-second time penalty. Lambo in P9 and Leon was your last point scorer in the top 10. Outside that top 10, Lewis P11, it's me P12, Alfie P13, Seabrain P14, Foxy Dude P15, Abidum, Zenki, Lickle and Wayne, and of course Goman, who retired really early on as well. So that is all your runner. Only I think 1, 2, 3 cars without penalties there. So incredible stuff there. And Cliffy without a penalty during that race. So incredibly good as well. But Jess, I'll leave the final words to you.
Yes, big well done to Francis, but I think my driver of the day has got to be Cliffy. He started last on the grid. He made that alternate strategy work, and with no penalties, kept it clean, had some great battles, moved it all the way up into P5, and he's going to get some good solid points as well. So I believe we are at Italy next week, and Italy always brings some challenges for the drivers. So we are looking forward to seeing what goes on here as well. But if you want some more action, don't forget we've got ILR2 and Prix on in about 50 minutes time at 7 o'clock. They always bring some good racing as well. Maybe we may see a bit of rain in those races. There was no rain in the sky in ILR1, but you never know, we may see it in ILR2 and 3. We've got Soup back in the commentary box after a few weeks away, so it'll be nice to have him back with Owen. And then we've got Hugo back at ILR3. And then at 10 o'clock, we have got ILR Americas with Alan. So make sure you tune in then. And leave it to you, Evil.
Indeed, well, the final words there is looking at the chat. A few thank yous to us. So thank you everyone who watched the stream of as we had that ad break, of course, in the middle of it there, but everything it was fine in the end. Until next time, though, wherever we are in this beautiful season of wonders, we'll see you soon. Until next time, from me and Jess, this has been Inside Line Racing. I've been Evil, you've been Jess. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.